It's Tuesday, the 11th of August, 2022. Welcome to the Fast Five by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Adam Lang, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Adam.
Let's jump into it. Story number 1. Commonwealth Bank boss Matt Comyn has warned that households have already slowed spending as a result of interest rate hikes. He made the comment after announcing a full-year profit of $9.6 billion.
That's right. Mr. Comyn said the economy had positives and negatives, and in the short term, it will be challenging. The good news is that households and businesses start from a strong position, thanks to plenty of jobs being available and just the fact that companies are investing at the moment. But Mr. Comyn warned that the big jumps in interest rates triggered by the Reserve Bank are hitting spending, and he expects consumer demand to moderate as cost of living pressures rise. Significantly, he said about 40% of mortgages at the Commonwealth Bank are fixed. Most of those will mature in the next 2 years. That's when the rubber will really hit the road. He also thinks interest rates have a way to go. They'll rise by another 75 basis points or so. Commonwealth Bank expects house prices to fall by about 15% from peak to trough. That'll be more in Sydney and Melbourne. Mr. Comyn wouldn't be drawn on whether he thought the Reserve Bank, which has been criticised for waiting too long to lift interest rates, had done a good job. He did concede, though, that forecasting the economy was never easy. All this came after he announced the 11% jump in full-year profit to $9.6 billion. Basically, that was on the back of really strong home and business lending. The question mark over Commonwealth Bank going forward is, can it keep it up?
Sean, a real change of tack at story number 2. China's new ambassador to Australia has said there is absolutely no room for compromise on Taiwan.
That's right. Xiao Chen said Australia should handle the Taiwan question with caution. The new ambassador defended China's recent military action around Taiwan following what he called a provocative visit by US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He was speaking at the National Press Club. It was a very open discussion, really. He defended the actions of a Chinese fighter jet in June when it flew close to an Australian surveillance plane. He claimed the incident was unfortunate but happened in China's territorial space. He said Beijing had imposed tariffs on certain goods from Australia, but was willing to work through these issues with the Albanese government. And he said that Canberra's ban on Chinese telco Huawei was a huge disruption to normal business relations. Finally, the ambassador said both Australians and Chinese people expect their countries to have a stable, friendly and cooperative relationship. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get there?
Oh, yes, please. Now, story number 3, Sean, is a win for fans of online retail. Amazon Australia has launched free next-day delivery for Prime members living in Sydney and Melbourne, though its membership fee remains.
Yes, it's getting quite competitive, this space. Now, this free delivery is part of Amazon's efforts to lure more shoppers to its platform. The group has spent $500 million on a robotic fulfillment centre in Sydney's west, and the group reckons that products can reach 80% of the population within a 12-hour drive from that centre. It comes, of course, as local players, including Wesfarmers, which owns Bunnings, and Woolworths, build out their marketplaces. Now, already in more densely populated markets around the world, in the US particularly, same-day delivery is offered by Amazon. We're creeping towards that.
Sean, story number 4, and we talked about this a couple of days ago, and meme stocks, they're being back in fashion on Wall Street. It seems like retail traders in Australia are following that lead.
Yeah, that's right. US stocks Bed Bath & Beyond and AMC Entertainment Holdings are among the most heavily traded securities by customers of local investment platforms at the moment. That's according to the Financial Review. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond and AMC are the 2 meme stocks that have surged in the US. On broker platform Superhero here in Australia, Bed Bath & Beyond has become the second most traded Wall Street stock behind Tesla and ahead of Apple. I do not understand.
Sean, we've got a Fear and Greed favourite at story number 5. Mr. Elon Musk has been selling out of Tesla for the first time since he sold to find cash for the bid for Twitter.
That's right. The Tesla chief executive sold $6.9 billion US dollars worth of shares in recent weeks, according to regulatory filings. It means he's now sold around $32 billion worth of stock in the EV company in the past 10 months. Tesla's share price fell late last year when it emerged Mr. Musk had started selling for the first time in 5 years. Its share price is up around 35% since May lows. Mr. Musk is selling again. Of course, he probably doesn't really need the cash. $7 billion, he's actually worth $250 billion.
Sean, 7 billion out of 250 at 3% of his wealth. Do you think you'd call that a rounding error?
When the numbers are that big, probably.
For Elon Musk only. And that is it. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Sean.
Thanks, Adam.
It's Tuesday, the 11th of August, 2022. Remember to hit follow on the podcast, and if 5 minutes isn't enough, then find our longer podcast called Fear and Greed on your favourite podcast platform. I'm Adam Lang, and that was the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.